23. Whoa, 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 whoa. There you go. See a little bit of fishtail. What I look like, 6 foot, 295 pounds, 32-inch inseam. You see where my knees are. Oh, yeah. This is what I look like pedaling. 6 foot, 32-inch inseam, 295. We're in normal mode. 25. It is not a pedal bike for me. I need 2 new knees. This is what I look like from the front. We are in normal mode. I can tear it out. This thing is quicker than my graffiti axe. Oh, oh, over the sticks. The tires are so grippy. They grab every piece of, oh, I'm gonna hit a tree with my camera. They grab every piece of debris on the road, little gravel pieces, and hit those, I'm in max torque too, and hit the metal fender. So it's ting, 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 ting. Now we're talking. Oh, there's a car coming, shit. Oh, I had to let up, fuck. 45, 46, 47. It's 37.1 miles. We're just about dead. If I make it home without having to push it, I'll be happy. Hello, my friends. The King Goat has the King Goat from Goat Power Bikes. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being my subscribers. And if you're not, boom, smash that subscribe. Boom, smash that like, share my video, tell your friends. And if you don't know any better, I have made a ton of goat videos with the Motor Goat V3 that now my brother Bruce has. And now Goat Fest is continuing with the King Goat. Look at that baby. Oh yeah, did you notice the purple pedals? That's because I've already ridden it, and it's a keeper. Goat Power Bikes. I got the King Goat. Yes, I paid for this with my own money. I do have a link in the description. If you want a Goat Power Bike, any Goat Power Bike, or any kind of accessory or whatever, use my code. I am Bruce Eclectic. You will save 5% on anything, whether it's a battery, a bike, or whatever. Boom. I ordered this, talked to Bryson, boom, he got it to me a little bit earlier so I can make videos with it for you all. I've already ridden it. It's freaking nice. Is it perfect? No, nothing in this mortal world is perfect. But what have I always said? Bryson, one of the best e-bike company owners in the market. Always responsive, always improving the product line, and always improving customer service and the company in general. And Goat Power Bikes, I still believe to this day, the fastest budget-friendly bikes that you can buy. And by fastest, I mean 45 plus miles an hour. Yes, there are faster bikes. And yes, there are bikes that cost a lot more money. But for the money, these are the best budget-friendly fast bikes. And this is the latest baby right here, the King Goat. Company says 65 plus miles an hour depending on body weight. For some reason, everybody's been saying 70, 70, 70. I think maybe 70 was out there. But if you read the company's website and their brochures and their information, it's 65 plus depending on body weight. So I'll be tickled pink if I can get 60. We'll see what happens. But impeccable finish. I'm going to tell you all about it. FedEx Freight, that's who delivered. The box was pristine. The packing was pristine. You get all your normal goat stuff, tools, a big kit of tools and pedals and stuff, mirrors, which suck. You're going to get 2 sets of keys, 2 for the ignition and 2 for the lock. I already have the lock installed, and you're going to get a little pamphlet here for Bluetooth. I'm working on getting the app installed right now. You're going to get a manual for the display, which tells you how to unlock the bike, change your display settings, change a whole bunch of stuff. Very in-depth, very good. And I downloaded the manual because I am a geek. And there is no assembly manual yet. There is no assembly QR code. There is no assembly nothing. But if you watch the other Motor Goat V3s and the Mini Goat assemblies, that will help you. I'm going to give you my tips and suggestions that I got from my friends Jeff, Wyoming Rider, and Randy of Randy Rides. Check out their YouTube channels if you have not subscribed to their channels. They gave me great advice to help me put this together, and it was actually much easier than I thought, considering there was no manual, because I am mechanically dumb. I have no skills. You can ask Jeff and Randy that I kept saying, what about this? What about this? And they helped me. And I tweaked some of the things that they told me. I'm going to tell you about them to make it easier for you to assemble this bike. But remember, assembly video will be coming and a manual will be coming. And this is the original controller. The one that Tail Happy said is a dog. It's not a dog, but it's not a rocket ship. So the way this controller is now, don't be going to the red lights and racing for pink slips. Because if you race a fast bike, you're going to lose your goat. But it's gentle. You ain't going to whiskey throttle. You ain't going to crash. So if you are a new rider, the biggest thing you'll have to worry about is practicing with the weight. 179 pounds, let's just say 180 pounds. I've been doing videos holding bikes with one hand, two hands. I ain't picking this up. It's freaking heavy. So the new controller will be coming in a few weeks, and a new tune, and you will have a quicker takeoff in a couple different modes. It is still not going to be rocket ship fast liability. Attorneys like me are going to sue. Will sue if you make it too dangerous. As it is now, it is a gentle takeoff, but it is nice and smooth. The King Goat. I'm going to do this video different than I do my other videos, because I'm going to go over the specs really briefly and the cockpit and the display and all that. But if you're thinking about this bike, you've already scoured the website. You already know all the specs. You already know that it can handle 450 pounds. You already know that it weighs 179 pounds. You already know that it's a 72-volt Samsung 40 amp hour battery. You already know that it's a mid-drive. You already know that it's got 320 pounds Newton force. You already know all that. I'm just going to hit on some things that I think can help you and things that you might not know. And yes, I have my noteboard there, but only one. But I'm going to tell you first, before we do anything else, I'm sick. I think I have COVID. I'm going to tell you my tips that Randy and Jeff gave me that I'm going to pass along to you. And that is this. You're going to get this rotor will not be attached. There will be a tool so you can attach this rotor. It is a super thick motorcycle style, motorcycle grade rotor. They are dot brakes, dot 4 brake fluid brakes. They are good brakes. Motorcycle tire, super thick tread. You're going to go thousands and thousands of miles before you wear this tread out. Motorcycle rim. Small spacer goes on the rotor side. Small spacer. Big spacer. So remember that. Big on the opposite side of the rotor. That is my first tip. My next tip is, once you get the battery in, don't plan on taking it out, because it's heavy, but it's hard to get in here. It is tight. It fits in this whole package. Now, I'm going to put some pictures in. It comes with a couple straps. I have the straps running here and here underneath the frame and through the battery. There's cables that you have to plug in. The discharge is in the back. The charge is in the front. They want to drop down. Discharge area, charging area. So the wires want to hang down. There's a void up in here. So I took some tape. I got the wires pretty much where they were going to have to attach to the top of the battery. Then I took some tape and taped the wires up inside this void. Then I had both panels off. Then I put the battery in. Then the fat sausage finger Bruce was able to grab the charging cord, plug that into the battery. The discharge cord was hard, but I got it lined up. Then I took a pair of channel locks, grabbed the cable, and then with one hand held the channel locks tight, and then the other hand I pressed down on the channel locks, and I pushed and seated the discharge onto the battery. Then you're going to get 4 thin 1/4-inch rectangular blocks and 1 thick rectangular block. So I had the battery strapped in. I had all the connections put on. I turned the battery on, pressed the button on the battery, turned the battery on, I turned the bike on to make sure everything was hooked up. Once it was, I put the big block in here. I got it started, and then I took a rubber mallet and finished banging it in to hold the battery in. Then I put one block, small block here, one small block here on each side, and now the battery is secure in there. So there's the tips for the battery. The shock, adjustable, rebound adjustable on the bottom. It's adjustable here too. It was really soft for me at 295 pounds. So I unscrewed it. Make sure you're holding on to the bike when you do that, because the bike will want to collapse and fall over. I unscrewed it, and then I took my spanner wrench and I got an inch compression here. So now it feels much more comfortable for me at 295 pounds. So I adjusted the spring down with the spanner wrench. Here are the specs real fast. Metal, motorcycle tire, motorcycle rims, motorcycle rotors, super thick, super size, .4 brake fluid. 10, this bike is freaking fast. Even in normal mode. 25. We can just freaking coast into this now. 23. Oh, I'm hitting the brakes a little bit early because I don't want to crash. Let's redo it. But look, cone to cone, 19 feet right in the middle. I came into this like 18 miles an hour. 22. 23. 21. Whoa, 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 whoa. There you go. See, a little bit of fishtail. That's why I don't like going that fast. We came in it again. We came in it around 20 because we were 23. I hit the brakes a little bit to hit 20. Kickstand that has a cable that you'll plug in. When you get the bike, you're going to have to install this, plug in, and then it's a safety disconnect. So whenever the kickstand is down, the bike will not move. It will not run. It's like the parking brake all the time. There's that lock. You can put a rack on right here. The seat is actually pretty comfortable so far. Mid-drive motor. That shock adjustable. I already put purple pedals on, yes. Big battery. Don't take it out. You're going to regret it. 100 millimeter trauma shock. No adjustment here, some adjustment there. I've adjusted it. It actually works for me. You're going to get the front blinkers like on the other goats. Headlight, running light, halo, high beams. There's the brake light. So if you want to demonstrate the brake light, you have to have the kickstand up, because when it's in park, it's kind of like it's always with the brake. Left blinkers, right blinkers, emergency, front emergency, high beam, low beam, running light. Now, if you have your goat running in the wild, brake light, running light, put the kickstand down, brake light automatically comes on. There's this cool goat halos. There's your running light. Low beams, high beams, high beams, low beams. Now, how bright is it? Cable management was good. I just did a little bit of touch up. There's a chain guard. That chain is big. Why? It's a 420. It's a motorcycle chain. Motorcycle chain. And then look at that cock. Big, 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 beefy. Here's your cockpit. Very similar to the other goat bikes. Round, cylindrical motorcycle style grips. You have your horn. You have your blinkers. You have your lights that can be high beam, low beam, or just running light. You have your emergency blinker here. .4 brakes. Control pad, same kind of display, full grip throttle, keyed ignition, your hydraulic. This is what it looks like from the top. It's actually pretty comfortable. You have adjustment here that you can make these go forward or outward, however you want, depending on your arm length. I am 6 foot, 32-inch inseam, 295 pounds, and I actually like the grip. With my other goat, I actually put a riser on. I am not going to need a riser, I don't think. I might not know that till I do a few hundred miles. Yes, with my other goat, I did over 1,400 miles before I sold it to Brother Bruce. I love that goat, and I'm going to love this goat. I think, pretty sure. I do so far. Turn on key, press and hold the power button. Screen comes right to life. It's in P, park mode. You see how it's dim and there's a light there? If you press and hold the plus button, that goes off. Your screen is bright. I went into the settings and I changed this to the brightest setting. P for park. This is where your modes are going to show up. Your average speed, your trip, your odometer, your miles per hour, your voltage, 85.3 volts, and then your traditional battery bars and your percentage there as well. There's nothing to scroll through. If you wanted to get into your advanced settings, you'd hit the plus and minus, and then you'd have general settings. You hit the power button to get into them, and that's where you can change everything. I changed the start strength to 5. It comes by default on 3. I changed to 5. I changed the LCD backlight to 3, which is the highest. If you don't move quick enough, it'll change. Scroll all the way down, you will get to your Bluetooth, which I'm still working on setting up with the Bike Go app. That's your Bike Go app. Keep scrolling, you get to exit, boom. Speed, password, yes, I went in there and I changed it from 20 to 100. How do you do that? Scroll down, hit that, enter your password, which is 0, 0, 0, 0. Hit the power button again. Then you want to go to mode and hit the power button. And then you want to change it from speed limit mode, which is where it is at 20, to normal mode. And then go back up to speed limit again. And then you'll see that I got it at 100 miles an hour. Those are the things that I changed. Boom. That's all there is for the display. Blinkers, emergency blinkers. Left, right, horn. Eco mode, normal mode, max torque mode, sport mode, changes colors. That's the fastest. That's the next fastest. That's 40 miles an hour. That's 28 miles an hour. That's supposed to be 50 miles an hour. That's supposed to be maximum up to 65 plus. We're going to see. That's all there is. It is very simple to operate. 6 foot, 295 pounds, 32-inch inseam. I got some bend in my knee. I may get the riser. I'm going to kill the battery on this first review. And I'm expecting, the company says you'll get like 31 miles in the highest mode. I'm going to do a mixture of modes just to show you different things. I expect to still get about 30 miles. The grip, the reach is fine for me. The grip on the bars, the width is all good for me. I've adjusted. I've taken some shock out of the front to fit me, and I got a better bounce in the rear now. This is not a pedal bike. It's got pedals. That's my lowest. That's like near my high. This is what I look like pedaling. 6 foot, 32-inch inseam, 295. We're in normal mode, 25. If I wanted to pedal this bike, I definitely would have to get the riser. Tubeless motorcycle tires as well. I didn't put flat out in it, tubeless. Hi there, how are you? Oh yeah, oh my gosh. No problem whatsoever. Frickin' torque monster. Torque monster. I'm gonna probably hit a tree. So this is one of those deals where you see me going through these trails. It needs You need to practice. You need to practice. You're going to crash. Oh, should I take it on the... I don't want to... I'm not taking it in the gravel. Oh, fudge. This is not an off-roading machine. Oh, over the sticks. Oh, the suspension is pretty bumpy. I mean, pretty smooth. Smooths out those bumps. Oh, let's do the gravel. Okay, that's one. If you said to me, what's your biggest negative so far, Bruce? The tires are so grippy. They grab every piece of... Oh, I'm going to hit a tree with my camera. They grab every piece of debris on the road, little gravel pieces, and hit those... I'm in max torque, too. And hit the metal fender. So it's ting, 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 ting. You hear? Ting, 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 ting. Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to take this to the fire trail, though, I can tell you that. That was pretty smooth. We'll see if we have any issues like my other friends. For a 180-pound bike, it's actually surprisingly nimble. Heck yeah. That's the good thing about lower bike seat is that you can put your feet down. Oh, that was really super plush. Front and rear. I already surprisingly got the front and rear dialed in. Whenever you turn your King Goat on, it's always in park mode. It's always in park mode, so nothing's going to happen until you hit the plus button. Eco, normal, max torque, or sport. I've already made some 360 video, and I can tell you that the GPS, this might be, the GPS says this is off like maybe a half a mile an hour. So it's pretty close. Close enough for government work. And I've done that up to like 40 miles an hour. So I'm going to show you that the speedo and the GPS is accurate. And then we're going to do something different. We're going to do this review differently because if you all are buying this bike, oh my gosh, I got to get my foot on the pedal. The odds are you are not a newbie. So you don't care about certain pieces of information that I normally would put in. Let me get the camera right, darn it. So we're going to do GPS coordination so you can see. That screen is like all the other Goaties. Brilliant. Phone GPS 17, 19, 19, 21, 21, 21, 22, 23. Pretty close. Pretty accurate. Maybe a half mile an hour off. So I'm not changing any settings. I'm not doing anything. I'm content with the numbers the way they are. The GPS and the phone are pretty good. Or the GPS on the phone and the display are pretty good. All right, so now what are we going to do? We're going to do a top speed run? No, we are going to go do... We have 2.5 miles on this bike or thereabouts. We're going to go do the 10% hill climb. And then we're going to do some speed runs from there. You see that green arrow going? That's nice. The blinkers are really good. The lights are really good. The blinkers are really good. They're really bright in the back too. All right, so we have gone 4.4 miles. We've used 2% battery juice. That's pretty good so far. We've only dropped a couple volts. And I can tell you right now that for me, just with my adjusting of the front shock and compressing that rear about an inch, it feels really good on the bumpy roads and everything. And I can tell you, I only had it up to around 35 or so because I'm still feeling it out on the main roads. And it's stable. It's 100% stable. So that's another good thing. And when you're in normal mode, I haven't checked eco mode, but when you're in normal mode, there's no run-on. You have run-on in max torque, the worst, and then sport, just a little bit. But you still have to be careful because that run-on a bike like this will freaking kill you. Calling all you goat lovers, we've done 6.2 miles. And at the 6 mile mark, I was riding, and all of a sudden the horn went, meep. Because I was thinking, my bike has not been acting screwy like one of my subscribers said and one of my friends, Jeff, said. My subscriber's my friend too, but he told me that he just got his, and his beeped too, and he had some issues. So mine beeped at the 6 mile mark. I don't think I never took the original Betty here because I found this hill after I had already sold Betty to brother Bruce. So there's a water tower up there. That's over a half mile away. To the top of the hill is almost 1/2 a mile. It's a 10% grade. My Lyric Graffiti X, I watched. It went up at 39, touched 40 for just a second. We're going to put this in max torque and ride up there. Now, my Lyric Graffiti X, I'm pretty sure I rode from my house too, just like this. We have gone 6.2 miles, 82 volts is what we have, 96% battery. So the battery is holding up pretty darn good. All right. I'm excited. I'm nervous too. Oh! Full speed. It better do at least 40 miles an hour. Got a big wind, but I don't care. Still better do 40 miles an hour. Oh, it ain't gonna do it. The Graffiti X is gonna be the king. No shit. It ain't gonna do it. Oh my God. That's interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We're at the top. Boom. 24 mile an hour crested. Okay, so water tower. The Graffiti X chomped its ass. The Graffiti X is such a baby taking off, but then the Graffiti X freaking ramps and ramps. I am so surprised that it didn't do the same amount because they're supposed to be peaking at the same. So that was kind of disappointing. And it has nothing to do with using some of the battery juice because we still have most of the battery. That is really sad. This is where you want your brakes to work. Because, as my friends have noted in my videos, I always tell you, 8 million miles an hour is 100% possible. These brakes are actually outstanding. Sport mode. You better do better than you just did, Turkey Head. I mean, it's got a better takeoff than the Lyric Graffiti X. I can tell you that. Oh, this feels faster. This feels a lot faster. Yes, it is a lot faster. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Oh, there's a car coming. Shit. Oh, I had to let up. Fuck. Oh, shoot. We got to redo it. All right, we're going to do it again. Sport mode. We still got the same voltage, so the batteries actually so far is really impressing me with no battery sag, no voltage sag. All right, sport mode. Obviously, this is where you're getting your most power from with this bike. No cars. I should tuck because of the stupid wind. And I should pick a better line where I don't have to turn as much. Oh, it's so frickin' windy. top. We're at the top. So just about 33. I said much better. First time was 28, 33. Because of the wind and my extra weight, it's pretty close. It's probably pretty close power-wise to what the Graffiti X is. Whenever I keep frickin' forgetting that I put on a big chunk of weight. So we might, I'm going to try to lose the weight to redo this again and pick actually not a cold day. Now normally I would take a thumbnail up here, and normally I'd take a thumbnail from that green right there, that grass. 180 pounds. Hard to pick over that curb. I'm not going to even do it because it's so hard. So that's the negative. If you buy this bike, unless you're like Tim of Shoot the Chit and have big muckles, you're going to have a hard time picking this sucker up steps. It'll frickin'... I'd have a hard time. I wouldn't even want to do it. Really, I tried to do a speed run on Route 40, and the car was coming right up in the right-hand lane, which is fine, except they were hugging the white line. So I slowed down and got further over so they didn't hit me because people were freaking stupid. I did get it up to 46 and change going up a hill. So it's definitely going to be a 50+ mile an hour bike. Question is, where are we going to be in the 50 mile an hour range? And we have 11.5 miles, 84% battery, starting to drop off now, 80 volts. And I'm probably going to buy the seat riser because my knees are hurting. And I'm probably going to buy a Tapia seat or some other seat because after 11 miles, yeah, my temperamental fat old man butt is like, it's not as comfortable as when I first sat on it. So, I'm still learning the bike. The bike is solid. The bike is much more solid than the Graffiti X, but it weighs about 60 pounds more, 70 pounds more, so that's part of it. And the battery, the distribution all weight's different, but it is a 100% solid bike. My friend Jeff called that one right on the numbers. And I like the sound, and I love the brakes. I'm just on the fence right now about the seat and needing a seat riser. Now, could you do this with the King Goat? Yes, especially if you tune the suspension even more or differently than I have it. I have it tuned up for road racing, so to speak. I have it tuned up for the road. I have it tuned up kind of tight. I could change it around to make this more comfortable. I have it tuned for the road because I'm not riding it on this kind of stuff except for maybe a mile here or there. I'm not taking this on the Mason-Dixon. I'm not taking this on the Fire Tire Trail. I've already decided it's too heavy. This is a road bike, and this is an occasional off-road bike if you had to, but otherwise this is a gravel trail at the mostest, fire trail at the mostest, but this is a road runner. All right, this is our standard first long steep hill from northeast to Charlestown, and this bike should frickin' crush it. I have it in sport mode and 75% battery, 78 volts. Full throttle, let's crank it up. 37, 38, 39. We're gonna hit that car, 40, 41. Oh, she's gonna make me let up. All right, well, it crushed that. It crushed that hill. All right, this is the short, steep hill Northeast of Charlestown, sport mode, 73% battery. Let's crank it. Full throttle. $41, $42, $43, $44, $40, $44, $41. Oh, it blipped to 0. Oh, it did the same thing that it did for Jeff. This bike's got power. So, A+, 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 A+ on the hill climbs. I heard the horn 2 more times. So we've had 3 horn beeps and 1 0 on the screen once. $59% battery juice left. Sport mode. $45, $46, $47. That ain't too bad with that much battery juice gone and going into a strong headwind. 30.2 miles, 36% battery, 71.7 volts. Oh, look, there's a possum. Watch out, possum. Went right in the hole. We have about 6-7 miles to get back to the ET hut because we're in Perryville. So it has exceeded my expectations. I expected around 30 miles or thereabouts, and tickled pink that we are going to be like, I don't know, maybe 36, 37 miles with the way I've been riding it, which is hard, fast, up and down steep hills. Ugh. Heck, we did the 10%, half mile, 10% grade hill 4 times. Can you see? 21%, 68.7 volts, 37.1 miles. We're just about dead. If I make it home without having to push it, I'll be happy. Yes, the King Goat Betty is weak. Weak, I say, weak. Weak. Don't ever take your battery down this far. I think the safest range is probably 30 miles if you ride it like you stole it, if you're like me. And the reason I say that is my friend Dr. Chopper said, don't run your bike down this far, battery. Don't run it down as far. It's bad for the battery. And don't run it hard when you're like more than halfway, because he said that also stresses out the battery cells. So I'm hoping to make it home without having to push. Can you see? 68.1 volts, 18%. We're in the red, 37.7 miles. That's outstanding. That is outstanding. There is the King Goat Betty. It is a beautiful looking bike. Oh, I forgot to tell you in the beginning. The fit and finish was outstanding. The fit and finish on it is outstanding. And except for me boogering up the rear shock, it still looks outstanding. I'm going to get a seat riser. The seat is not good for my fat old man temperamental butt. I'm going to get a seat riser because my knees hurt after all the almost 40 miles. I'm going to get the seat riser, going to get a new seat, going to get the extra battery so I can go even further. Would I buy the bike again? Yes, I would buy the bike again. Do I like this bike better than the Motor Goat V3 that I had? Yes.
much, much more powerful, much, much more faster, much, much more stable and secure. Everything is DOT motorcycle-like, and 180 pounds, 179, 180, it is stable. The fastest we got today was 46 going up a hill. So our next video is going to be full charge top speed run, but I got to find a new top speed area because my normal speed run road is not long enough to hit maximum speed. So I have to find a new place to run or do it on the weekend on Route 40 when there's not a lot of traffic. I tried it today and that car was freaking hugging that white line right behind me. Made me a little bit nervous. So that's going to be the next video, is a top speed run. If I hit 60 or better, I'll be tickled pink. If I don't hit 60, well, I know I'm going to blast. I know I'm going to blast past 50. I'll still be happy with the bike because it is just a smooth rider. So that's my initial review. More videos coming. Yes, my friend Randy said, you need to make 40-some videos if you really want to continue to be the king video maker of Goat World. And I'm like, I got too many bikes now and winter's coming in. I'm not going to get 40 videos with this, but I am going to get a bunch more. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being my subscribers. Yes, I'm sick. I got COVID. Probably, maybe, who knows? I'm sick either way. I don't feel good. Oh, God. Oh, God. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for being my subscribers. Thank you for appreciating my humor. And if you're not a subscriber, boom, please smash that subscribe. Smash the like, share my video, tell your friends. And if you want a Goat Power Bike, go to goatpowerbike.com. Use my code. I am Bruce Eclectic. You will save 5%, whether it's the King Goat or the Power Goat or the Motor Goat or a battery or whatever you buy. 5%. Use my code, please. Click on the link in the description. Use my code, save some money. And again, would I let my children buy this bike? No, too powerful. Would I let a newbie buy this bike? Nope, I wouldn't let a newbie buy this bike. Could a newbie buy this bike and not be thrown by the power? Yes, it's very gentle takeoff and very smooth power delivery. So it's a safe ride. But if you've never been on something this heavy, it takes practice. And so would I let my children buy this? Nope, only because it's too powerful for them. Would I let a newbie buy this? Nope, because it's too powerful for them. Would I let somebody who's got a bunch of miles or a motorcycle rider buy it? Absolutely. Every day of the week. It's freaking worth the money, 100%. All right, my friends. Until next time, I love you all. See ya!